All right, I'm back with part 3. When the funeral's all said and done, you know, you've got to, they've got to get on with life. And we've seen people recover quickly and be ready to move on immediately. And then we've seen people, you know, struggle for 3, 4, 5 years, you know. And it's never the same. It's never the same. And some people just, you know, have a really hard time moving forward with their lives. And I think for me, one of the things that helps me through those times is focusing my thoughts on what I still have. You know, instead of looking at what I've lost, you know, because it is a loss. I mean, that's why you're grieving to start with, is because it's a loss. And you don't want to ignore that completely or anything, but to start to turn your thoughts toward what you still have. It's kind of like a disappointment, you know, maximized, you know, magnified times, you know, 100 or 1,000 or whatever. But whenever you suffer a disappointment, like if something you really care about, you know, one of your prized possessions gets broken or lost, or you know, and you're grieving over that loss or that disappointment, you know, you can sit and dwell on how did this happen, you know, or you can focus on, you know, what you still have, you know, the people that are still in your life. And so anyway, there's a book that's out there in the corporate business world. It's called Who Moved My Cheese? And it's a story about these 4 mice, and they all react. They come to this place. They all react differently to their cheese being moved, and they come to this place, a certain place every day to eat their cheese, and their cheese is always there, you know, and they are in a routine, and they're comfortable, and they're happy, and, you know, they know that they're secure. They can count on their cheese being there, and then one day, all of a sudden, the cheese is gone. It's no longer there, and all 4 of them have different personalities, and so they all 4 react differently to the cheese being moved. And so anyhow, it's real easy reading. I highly recommend it, especially for anyone who's in leadership, anyone who, like a teacher or a pastor, or if you're a parent and you have several children, and, you know, no 2 of them are different, you know, 2 are the same, I mean. And, you know, people are all unique. And so anyway, the story goes on to show you how the 4 basic personalities react to the disappointment and the grief of, you know, losing their cheese, and how they're going to deal with moving on with their life. So, you know, the most outgoing, the most the mouse that has the most, like, leadership skills is, of course, the first one to adapt and to adjust. And, you know, he's like, you know, there's not any cheese here, so, you know, I gotta, you know, move on. I gotta find more cheese. And so he, you know, he's like, you know, come with me. And they're, you know, the other 3 aren't ready yet. And so, anyhow, so he takes off, and he leaves them behind. And that's the way grief is. Sometimes you feel like you're just moving on, and there's people that you love and that you care about that aren't ready to move forward in their lives. And so, anyhow, they're just kind of stuck for a while, dealing with, you know, whatever stage of grief that they're in. And so, anyhow, one by one, you know, they have to deal with the fact that the cheese is no longer there, and that they're not being fed. And eventually, that last mouse, the 4th mouse, after staying stuck in that one spot, it seems like forever and a day, finally decides to move on. And so anyhow, that's you know, the moral of the story is that each person is different. No two people are the same. And, you know, you have to tolerate, you know, tolerate and love people with, you know, whatever stage of grief that they're in. And as absurd, you know, as it may sound to you, you know, if you're ready to move on, you know, and then, you know, you can flip it too. You flip it around, you know. You might not be ready to move on, but it seems like people are just taking off and just, you know, moving on with their lives, and you're not ready. And it may seem disrespectful. This is Tart Wonder. And you may feel guilty even, you know, for wanting to move on. And it just doesn't seem like it's right, you know. But we all have, you know, to learn how to accept people for where they're at and in the stages of grief, and move forward, you know, at our own pace. So anyway, I didn't plan on talking about all this today. This is just random thoughts, random stuff that's happening in my brain right now. Alright, this is a lip gloss in Cream Fuchsia by Moonlove. But anyway, the reason I'm thinking about it is because, you know, the passing of my friend. And we weren't especially close. I mean, I knew her and I liked her and we worked together for several years, but we never did really do anything outside of work together. And but my other friend, was close to her, did get together a time or two outside of work. And so, you know, I'm concerned for her and praying for her, and, you know. So anyway, Annette, if this is you watching the video today, I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you, and I love you, and I care for you. And I really hope that, you know, God gives you peace and comfort, and that you can at some point turn your thoughts toward what you still have, and that you're able to take steps to move forward, you know, with your life without having Susie in it. So anyway, and that's for everybody. Anybody that's out there that's grieving right now, especially through the holidays. It's not an easy time for, you know, for a lot of people. And even though it's already January the 4th, I believe, when I'm filming this, you know, it's still, you know, I haven't even got my Christmas decorations packed away. So it's still, you know, we're at the tail end of what we call the holiday season. And but anyway, I just want to let everybody know that I love you. I appreciate you. You know, this is a good time to be alive, you know. And we need to learn how to live life to the fullest, and maximize what you have, you know. And life is full of changes. And there's always going to be things that you have to adapt and adjust to, and you know, change is difficult for a lot of people, you know, but if we are brave and full of faith and hope, you know, we can move forward. So anyway, this is I just want to say I love you, and I appreciate you for watching the video today. It was kind of a serious note today, but, you know, it's important issues to discuss and to talk about. And so anyway, I want to thank you for your time. Please subscribe, leave comments, you know, share your thoughts with me, and just know that I appreciate you and that I care about you. Tap that little bell, that way you'll receive the notifications of all my videos that come out. And I hope to see you again soon. So anyway, this is Sister Fantastic saying have a great day, a blessed day, and I hope to see you again soon.